welcome back. Now I've just had my lunch. I was in the mood for soup, just something nice to warm me up, and I've heated up a mince pie that I bought from the co-op, and I've got just a coffee in here. Now this was a Christmas mug that I bought this year, and you're probably thinking, Christmas? Well, I put it in the dishwasher and the design disappeared. Now I think I took a photograph of it to send to my husband, and I've never posted it anywhere, only my husband saw it. But if I've still got the photograph, I'll pop it up on the screen so you can see what it used to look like. It was an elf mug and it came with a dark hot chocolate, and I picked it up from TK Maxx one time. I think this might have been just before Stitchmas started. That's probably why I hadn't mentioned that I'd bought this. Yeah, so Christmas started for me way before Stitchmas started. In December, I'm getting ready earlier on in the year. I have to get advent calendar things ready and stuff, don't I? So anyway, we're going to open the advent calendars. I've got a tissue ready because my nose does feel like it wants to run. I might actually just stop and sort it out before I carry on. And I've dug out my mince pie plate that you might have saw if I popped a photograph in. Now what I'm thinking of doing is I'm thinking of popping my knitted mince pie that I've made on there and taking a photograph, because if you share this on social media with the designer, you tag her, you're actually in with a chance of winning something. I can't remember what she said, whether it was like a free pattern or something, or credit on her store. But yeah, I thought it's worth a shot, isn't it? And use my nice fancy Emma Bridgewater plate. Thought that would be nice. So I've got the back stitch one ready, so I might open that one first. So if you've been following my Stitchmas, we're on day 12, aren't we? And I've been opening 2 sewing advent calendars, 1 Barbie calendar, an old one, it's not this year's one, and a paper one that I've made myself. Now I've actually started watching a few Vlogmases of people. They've just been popping up as suggested, day one, people that I don't know. And then I'm often thinking, oh, what country are they in? Or you don't really know anything about them. So just in case there is anybody brand new here, my name is Claire. I post videos all year round about things I'm making, sewing and knitting and crochet and all different sort of crafts. I live in the West Midlands in England with my husband and our 3 teenage sons, our 2 chihuahuas, our 3 cats and 6 hens. So that sums me up. I do have a series of videos that I started this year called the Doll Diaries, and that's just something I started this year alongside my Stitch Diaries. So yes, if you're brand new here and you're kind of catching up with things, that kind of sums things up. And at the moment I'm posting videos every day in the build up. It's just in Advent, and the build up to Christmas. So I hope that helps people that are brand new here. So this is the back stitch calendar, which is a sewing one. Yeah, I just thought I'd throw that out there because I probably should have mentioned this at the very start, because I might get new people here that want to watch from day one. So if you've been trying to figure these things out and you've gone back from day 1, you get to day 12, now you know a little bit about me anyway. So in this one, I'll show you first and then I'll talk about them. There are obviously some hand sewing needles, and I'm reading that back to front because you've got it the correct way round. And yeah, there's 12 in there, household needles. Yeah, and they're very useful, aren't they? Honestly, I cannot get enough of hand sewing needles. You just need them. You never seem to have one to hand when you need one, but but yes, you do need them. Buy your sewing machine, where you do some hand stitching, things like that. So that's the back stitch. So I'm going to go over to my calendar now, and it's day 12. The washi tape I bought that I've decorated this with, it'll come in a pack from Paper Chase, and they're all coordinated and they're lovely. I don't know how well you can see that. I think there's presents, a tree, and a gingerbread lady. Oh, sorry, my head has gone out of shot. So I'm going to. Oh, it just fell out. I didn't. I'll peel it off. I've just read what it says. I don't think I'm going to do that now. What it says. Sing a carol. So you can all do that at home, can't you? You can sing a carol. Maybe if there's nobody in, or maybe you like to sing in front of people. But yeah, my husband has been putting on the radio every morning in the kitchen, and they seem to be playing Christmas songs. So when I go down and get my breakfast, there's normally Christmas music playing. I must admit, it's a bit too soon for me sometimes when I first get up in the morning and I go down to get my breakfast and things, and there's, do you know if it's like Slade or The Wizard, something really full on, and it's first thing in the morning, and I think, gosh, it's a bit too much at this time. So yeah, sing a Christmas carol. Now, yeah, well, I'll tell you about this tomorrow, actually. I'll save this for tomorrow. So anyway, we're going to get on. Shall we open Barbie's and then we'll do the prim? Now, Barbie isn't in the box at the moment. Barbie is over here in her outfit. So Barbie's been getting a different, clothing item or something of sorts each day. So she's looking like she's going to be a baker soon. She's got the pinny at the moment. Hopefully she's getting promoted today to a more serious part of the bakery. Oh, I seem to have ripped this calendar. Yes, unfortunately, I've ripped the one below, so I can see there's something pink in there. Oh, wow, this is a surprise. I wasn't expecting this. Now, I was expecting what sort of thing it was, but not made of this material. It is a chef hat, and it's made of plastic. I wasn't expecting a chef hat made of plastic. Now, I have got a pattern for making a Barbie chef hat. So if I wanted a fabric one, I could have one. So I'll just pop this on her like this. Now, her ponytail is getting... Now, actually, I've put this quite low down to her eyebrows. But on the photograph, she looks more like she's got it... sitting at the back of her head, but yeah, it doesn't like staying on like that, actually. Oh, I think that is the front there. I don't know, actually. That's it the other way round. It suits her. Do you know, Barbie would look good in anything, wouldn't she? She can carry anything off. Yes, she's getting all the uniform now. Has this dropped down while I've been speaking to you? I think the screws need tightening up, I think. I don't know. Maybe I've been using it too often, using it every day. So day number 12, we're going to open the prim calendar now. And I can't see it on the orange day, on the orange side. So I think it's going to be the pink side. Yeah, here. It's pink, but it's in an orange box. Day number 12. Oh, I seem to get one of these in sewing advent calendars every year. The humble tomato. Tomato pincushion. So there actually is symbolism over these tomato pincushions. When people in days gone by, I don't know how long ago, when people had a home, they were given tomatoes. I think you put them on the mantle or something. it was, I don't know if it was to give them good luck or ward off evil or something like that. And then over time, they got changed to a pincushion form. Now, it's a little bit like Terry's chocolate orange. Why do you have a Terry's chocolate orange at Christmas time? Well, it's because people used to get oranges in the stocking. So back before, you know, people were more wealthy to buy each other things, you either got oranges in your stocking or you got coal in your stocking if you'd been bad. So now we got the Terry's chocolate orange. So yeah, it's funny how these things evolve over time, and then they go on that long, people forget what their true meaning is, don't they? Right, sorry, I had to stop the video a moment. I've had things come through the post. I thought, oh, I'm going to open them. And then I remembered I wanted to show you something. So I've got things here. But then I thought, you know what, I've looked at the time and I've got to go. I've got to go and get my son from school. So yeah, I'll come back later and we'll finish this video later. And I'll show you how, you know, what I've been up to and what I've had delivered and things I'm planning, you know, after Christmas. So yeah, I'll be back with you later. Bye. Welcome back. Now, the rest of this episode is going to be like a Stitch Diaries. I can just tell from all the things I've got out to show you. Now, the time is nearly 6:10. And the reason it's so late is because I went to pick up my youngest from school, and then he didn't come out when he was supposed to because he had a rehearsal for the concert that he's going to be performing in at school. And then we had to dash off to the orthodontist, then dash off to get the middle son and his friend, dropped him home, and his friend, my middle son's friend's mum, hadn't met me and she wanted to meet me, invited me in, and I asked my husband, we put the oven on. So he put the oven on, and luckily I'd bought, like, you know, these lasagnas and things and like a luxury fish pie for my husband from the co-op. So dinner was pretty easy. I just reheated some pizza for myself, had it with a bit of salad and another mince pie and a few crackers. So I finished mine, but they're all still in there eating there. So I thought I'll come in and chat with you. Now, I've been itching to do some sewing, but I really haven't had the time. The reason I'm getting knitting done is because even when I'm feeling under the weather, I'm tired, I can sit in bed knitting. So do you know what I'm saying? I haven't always got the energy to go in my craft room and be cutting out fabric and sewing and things like that. So as it stands, my Christmas crackers, that's what I'm going to work on. I've got 2 projects basically on the go: fabric Christmas crackers and a project bag. But I'm going to do the crackers, which you've seen them in this Stitchmas. But yeah, I've got all this embroidery. I need to embroider basically near enough the same what I've done here on the others. But those are going to be next whenever I get the time to do some sewing. Now, the postman has been today. So I've had a delivery arrive, a typical every delivery driver, and I've had a postal delivery, I'd realised when I got home. Now, the delivery that I had earlier, I had 2 items earlier. One of them was just, where is it? Just some heat spray for my hair, just to protect your hair from heat. Bear with me one moment. That was my middle child going upstairs. Yeah, so it was just something for my hair, not craft related. But the other thing is some yarn. Now, this is something I'm going to be knitting after Christmas and not this side of Christmas. And it's a 4-ply, I think it's 4-ply, yes. It's 4-ply alpaca, and it's called Socks Easy Wash. But I'm not knitting socks with it. Well, I don't think so. Depends how much of it there is. It's 70% alpaca, 30% nylon. Be perfect for socks, actually. It's a 100-gram ball. Ooh. I got this from Love Crafts, and I got the off-white. Now, what I am knitting with this is a frog. You might think I'm crazy lady, but there's far too many toys, don't I? But I've fallen in love with this frog, and I need to show you. Now, it's been deadly because I'm making the project bag because I've watched a YouTube channel because they sell patterns that you can have printed with them. So that's how I'm making the project bag, and then that's how I found out about the designer and made those knitting things. And now because I'm watching another YouTuber, they've made this frog. It's a frog in a sweater, and that's what I want to knit, a frog in a sweater. So so I've ordered some eyes, so hopefully those will come. But my frog will look a bit darker looking at this. It doesn't look exactly what I was expecting. I was expecting it to be a bit more of a fleck in it. But we'll just see how that frog knits up. But yes, I'm going to be knitting a frog, but not this side of Christmas. But the only person who knows about I've been desperate for a frog is Sharon. So hi Sharon, is because I've said, because I'm getting the Christmas surprise from Cool Crafting, so I'm getting a surprise animal, and I'm saying I'm wondering if it's going to be a frog. I've been hoping to get a frog, but I don't think it will be. I don't think they'd put a frog in a Christmas surprise, because I don't know if frogs are everybody's thing, really, so I don't know. But anyway, I'll be knitting myself a frog in a sweater. Anyway, now the mince pie. I'm going to let me get one. Right, I said get one, I've only got one. This, I'm sorry if you're sick of seeing this mince pie, but here is the mince pie that I've knitted. Now, this is knitted on the flat, but I've started another one because I'm going to give them as gifts for my family. And there was 4 sets of eyes, so I can make 4. So I've started another. Let me find the piece I've knitted. Now this, you knit the base first, this little base, and that's what it looks like. It's now I've knitted it in the round, you can kind of see its shape, and then that is what you then kind of graft into the bit. You can kind of see a bit of a ridge going around there. Now I'm knitting the main body of it. Then that I'm knitting this bit now, and I've actually done that crusty edge, and I've just began that bit, the dark bit here. You probably can't see it because I haven't even done a whole round of it yet. So that basically attaches to the bottom. I thought it'd be nice for you to see the construction of this, and I've got a story about it. Then I'll be knitting this bit, the fruit bit, and then you knit the star, and you mix like this white. It's very fine. It's like a lace weight yarn. You mix it in to do the star. So I suppose it looks like it's got a dusting of icing on it. So yeah, I knitted that one on the flat, but I'm adapting it to knit this one in the round just to see what I think. And so far it's so good. The only thing is, when I had this really long knit row on one of these, I had to do a purl instead. But having said that, I've done loads of knit rows instead of purl rows on loads of others, so it depends if you've got a preference over knitting and purling and things. So anyway, that is that. But however, what I am thinking is leftovers, because this is so fine. I think this make really nice knitted items for Barbie or dolls and things. And I've seen a pattern. I've favourited a pattern on Ravelry, and I think this leftover yarn would make really nice little hens, which I'd like to knit. So that's a possibility with those leftovers. However, now what I saw is, before I opened this and started a Christmas pudding, Diana from Pippin's Patchwork, is she called? She'd put a thing out saying, does anyone want to buy these kits? And there was 5 bags, and 2 had Christmas puddings on them. There were these bags, Christmas puddings. 2 had sprouts, and 1 was a Christmas pudding. Now they do these in different sizes, and I was interested in the giant Christmas pudding, because I thought, well, that would be really nice. I'll knit these tiny ones for my family, and then I'll have this big one as a cushion, as like a Christmas decoration, like a cushion for the settee. And anyway, I hadn't knitted one at the time. Anyway, I've since gone to knitting knit it, and these are a lot bigger than I expected. And then look at the picture. So basically, I've got this coming. My son is buying me it for Christmas. So basically, he gave me the money. We got it cheaper than we got it off the designer, and yeah, and basically he's getting it me for Christmas. But look at this picture at the back. That is the small one, and that is the large one. But look how big this small one is. So how big is this mince pie going to be? And what I didn't realise is with this knit your own mince pie, it says make me in 2 sizes. So I've actually got the pattern to make the larger one and the yarn suggestion, but I'd already agreed to purchase this mince pie. However, it just means I'm going to have the supplies for it to make the giant one. But obviously I'll have to do that, you know, for Christmas Day onwards or for next Christmas, because I'm getting it for Christmas off my son. He basically, I've managed to get the kit for £22, which actually was cheaper than I got this one for with my voucher. And yeah, he said he hasn't got a lot of money. I was like, look, I don't expect a lot. And I thought, well, maybe, you know, that might be reasonable. Yeah, and he snapped my hand off, yes. So he gave me the money and I ordered it. So yes, I'm getting that for Christmas. So that is one thing with the mince pies, and that is my progress. So I hope to continue working on those. Now, it did cross my mind, should I really, if I want to knit all these little Christmas gifts for my family, should I do this before my Stitchmas? Because you have to keep seeing repeated things that I've made. But, you know, but I didn't worry so much because I thought, well, I'll be doing some sewing. But the sewing has kind of slowed down a little bit, hasn't it? Well, anyway, as I've been saying, I haven't been getting all my post. So my bank card has turned up this evening, which is bizarre, isn't it? So I'll be able to unfreeze that now on my app. And Sarah, who's one of the Poppy to Fry members, so hi Sarah, the fabric has turned up. So what happened is I ordered from Poppy a what do you call it? A scrap bag. She calls it a scrap bag. Now these scrap bags are like gold dust. They're really hard to get. I've been trying to get them for ages, but as soon as Poppy puts an ad, they all go. And this is what came in my scrap bag. Now I'm going to show you really quickly. So there was this piece of fabric that had already been cut out, and I tried to find out what it is. Sarah out of the club, who has sent me some fabric, she hasn't sent me this, but she thought it might be a palm tree. Poppy has cleared it up and it's actually the part of a pineapple. I did say to Poppy, have you got a photograph of this embroidered pineapple so this one could meet its destiny? But unfortunately she never got back to me, but I think I found a photograph. I might have screenshot the picture of the pineapple, the free motion pineapple, and if I can find it, I'll pop it up on the screen. This is what I found on somewhere on Poppy's blog or her website or something. So anyway, I got a piece of like, well, it's like canvas, I'd say, with a salvage edge on it, that tiny piece. It'd be kind of good for badge backings, that kind of thing. Now this is a nice big piece with a ship on it. It looks like it was a fabric pot, but it's not the whole pot. There's a bit missing from it. Well, so I think. Yeah, I don't think I could make the pot out of it. I don't know what I'll be making with that actually, but yeah, we'll just see in the future. I'm not feeling like, you know, a bit seasidey at the moment. I've got a piece of ticking. One of these pieces of ticking might be mine. They might not have come in this because I'm sure I had a piece of mine. I've got the Dachshunds, that small piece, some tropical bird. So yeah, they're basic. These pieces, they're not really big enough to make anything with. Maybe I'll tell you an idea I did have. I've got this this is like oilcloth. I don't think that print came out very well actually. But you could say patchwork and quilting, but they're not really going to coordinate. And they're not the right sort of thing for patchwork and quilting. They're like canvas kind of fabrics. I could, with some of them, I could cut them out and use them for badges or use them for applique and things. But some of them, yeah, I'm not entirely sure. And then I do seem to have all these little salvage ends. I've got a piece that looked like it was bunting, but it's got a rip in it there, look. And I've got one whole seagull there that I could use for something. This is a decent bit of fabric. I don't know what it is, some kind of cotton. A lovely robin one that looks like it was supposed to be bunting, but it's upside down and there's a rip in it. I've got one decent robin there. If you've got any ideas, I'll say the only idea I could think of with this piece I'm going to show you in a moment. I've got some baby cord. It feels like baby cord, very soft. Another one. See, these plain ones are brilliant because I can use them for my applique. So I'm never going to complain about those. That one. They're all like very canvas, mainly canvassy feeling, a few cottons. That's like a twill. It's got like a crossways grain in it. I'm nearly done, I promise. I've got this long piece. That feels more cotton-like. And this that's had a bit cut out. Feels a bit polyester feeling, that one does. And it was these bathers. Now, I really wanted one of these bathers and I was so excited. But look, I haven't got a whole bather. I've got a bit of one there. Her arms are chopped off there. I've got some hands there. A side of her body here. A bit missing here, and that one. I just thought I wanted one whole bather. But somebody did say you could have a bather coming out of the water. And so other than that, I wasn't really sure what I could do. The only thing I thought of doing is making a luggage tag for my, not that I go away all that much really, but a luggage tag for my suitcases and have my name and address and things, or my contact details on the other, and have a fabric on the other side. And it does help, recognise your cases and things, and if they ever get lost, they're labelled. However, I was like, saying, did anyone think of any ideas what I can do with this? However, I thought of an idea for myself anyway. But Sarah kindly came to my rescue and she said she's got a spare bit of bather fabric. Would I like it? And I snapped her hand off. So thank you, Sarah. And she sent it first class. It didn't arrive, but it's finally arrived. And we presumed it was lost in the post. But this is it. And she put a card in, the lovely bird, saying, "Hi Claire, a few extras that may be handy. Enjoy, love, Sarah." And that's a long-tailed tit, apparently, it says in small writing. It's lovely, isn't it? And this is what she sent me. So this is the bather piece. And look, I've got some whole bathers. So I've really got to make sure I do something really awesome with this now. But it's quite a decent size piece, isn't it? I've got some more bees. Actually, my bee piece probably was better, Sarah, do you think? Like the size of mine. I've got these lovely coastal birds, which I didn't get that in mine. I've got a really decent piece here of the sausage dogs, or dachshunds, if you want to call them the correct name. That is fabulous. Thank you, Sarah. Some serious editing to do. Oh.
Sorry, Mum.
It's okay. I've had to do some serious editing then. My husband came behind me and was like, doing a bit of a dance behind me, and my youngest son was there, yeah, they're playing up in front of the camera. But yes, I'm not going to be including that, or shall I include it and embarrass them? Oh.
No.
I won't, don't worry. I'm only joking. He says no.
Like these colours, aren't they?
Okay. Computer says no. He says no, don't include it. Look, I've got the same one. What happened? What happened to them? You've got a few buntings, Sarah. This one looks intact. And this one. This one hasn't. What's going on? Why did they have all these cuts? If you don't think that's a marker to say where you turn, instead of using like pens, they do a little snip in it. It could be, couldn't it? Maybe we could have some poppy bunting, Sarah. Well, you won't be getting it now because you sent it all to me, haven't you? And these are like spring flowers. But yeah, but thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much. All I was expecting was a piece of bather's fabric. And thank you, your kindness and generosity is amazing. Thank you so much for adding those extra ones. Yeah, and I'll try and make good use of them all in time. I'm just going to put them all with my poppy supplies. Yeah, and yeah, I'll do something with those in the future. So, what's next? Now I was saying to you, it's dangerous watching other people on YouTube. Like, I know it's dangerous for you at home because you, like, you know, say, you know, you've made things that I show or bought the pattern and things. I do the same. I just shouldn't watch people on YouTube. However, I got a free pattern. So I did have to pay, the frog was £2.50 from Love Crafts, and it's on Ravelry, but I think it's £3.50. And this one, I was watching, I tried to tell you her name. I think I think my viewers would really like her. Teresa, and she's called Lost My Thread. Now, when I first found her, I thought, oh, she's in America, but she is an American, but she's living in London. And yeah, so I didn't realise when I first found her, but I must admit, I only watched her Vlogmas last year, and then I didn't really watch anything, and then I've tried to catch up on a few, but I'm watching her Vlogmas this year, and she, like, I think you'd like her channel because she does work. She works 4 days a week, but she has more time when she's at home because she hasn't got children, so she has a bit more time than I do. She just does a bit of baking and things, but I really like watching her. And she's been I showed one today, one of the postbox toppers. She's been showing the postbox toppers and things. So anyway, she I was watching her last year, and she was a non-knitter last year. She started knitting these little Christmas decorations, and she was having a lot of trouble with them. Well, I've not been watching her all year, and since then she's been knitting. She started knitting socks. She had got this book, and she's knit socks. But she's this year she started her Vlogmas knitting a sock, but she's put that aside now, and she's been knitting these teeny tiny socks. Now, I think they're a fabulous idea for people. Now, this pattern is free to download. That's what I've done. I printed it out straight away, and it uses all different kinds of methods of knitting a sock, but they're all tiny. So if you wanted to delve into the journey of sock making and you're a knitter and you're a bit nervous, then this might be worth a go. Because I must admit, I have had wasted times, there's all dust, knitting socks, and then I got to the heel and thinking, oh, this hasn't worked out. I did one in the magazine, this hasn't worked out, or this yarn isn't looking right, and then I've ripped it out. I did that recently, didn't I? So, but yeah, you could try different ways and then think whether if you can do it on the small scale. Now, I will admit, doing it on a small scale is a lot different to doing it on large, because when you're trying to work short row, like German short row and things, like I've done on that one upstairs that I showed you, you've got a lot more to count and things over a longer period, where it's only going to go on over a few rows on here, so it's less chance of going wrong, but still you know if you could do it, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I love this. I have knitted little stockings maybe I'll get to show you when I get all my Christmas decorations out and things. But these look like socks. Mine looks like a Santa stocking, you know, with a fluffy top and things, like a little miniature thing, and a crocheted ones and things. But these just look like socks. Really small socks. So yeah, I'd like to have a go with those. So these I could do this side of Christmas, or I could do them after Christmas. Like, I'm not going to worry. I think there's that many different Christmas things I want to make. I can't just do them in November, December. I need to start a lot earlier, don't I? Because I just, you know, I love Christmas. But yeah, but then I love all different seasons, so I end up doing all those things as well. So anyway, I think I'm going to leave this Stitchmas here today. I'm going to say my goodbyes, and yeah, and I hope you've like seen it. It's a bit of a taster, a bit like kind of what my Stitch Diaries is like. I'm showing you things I've finished making, in the process of making, things I've bought, you know, works in progress, ideas and things. Yeah, so it's been a bit like that today, which has been fun, you know. So, you know, it is leading up to December, but it's nice to think about beyond December as well, isn't it? So anyway, thank you so much for joining me for this episode. I hope there's been something you've enjoyed seeing, and I will see you tomorrow. So yeah, I'm not going to tell you from day to day what's going on the next day. Well, obviously there's always going to be advent calendars, but yes, I'll be back with whatever's happening, because sometimes I don't even know what's happening. If I get time to do something, I do it. If I don't, I don't. It's just one of those. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me for this episode, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.